What's happening, people? Look, just wanted to do a quick video today about obviously the Gunners and where we're headed and what we're doing and how important this next game is against Chelsea. I think first and foremost, it's worth mentioning a couple of things in context of our season. I mean, if we look at, let's say, the last 7 matches, we have not lost a single one. So let's put it in the context of where we're at in terms of the season. And you can see it now. 4-1 against Tottenham, 2-2 against Wolves, 4-0 against Wigan, which is obviously FA Cup, 1-1 against Brentford, 3-0 against Sunderland, 1-0 against Chelsea in the EFL Cup, and 4-0 against Leeds. Now, if we take a quick step back from everything now and take out the emotions of the last few seasons and where we stand in terms of obviously what this season needs to bring to us, let's look at it in terms of where we sit in the grand scheme of things. So if I rewind to the beginning of the season, the very beginning of the season, and we kind of have a look at where we started and obviously what our position was on the table and everything like that. If I was to rewind to go back there and say, look, I can transport you to the 24th of February, 2026, and you will be on 61 points, top of the league, in the final for the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, and also be 5 points clear in the title race, as well as not losing a single Champions League game and being in a good position within the FA Cup. If I offered you that deal straight off the bat and said, you can have that right now, back to the beginning of the season, I don't know one Arsenal supporter that wouldn't have jumped for that. If I said you can have that deal, but the only caveat is that you draw with Wolves, who are the worst team in the Premier League at the moment, 2-2. If I offered you that deal back then, every single person would have taken it, and they would have taken it with a smile on their face. They would have gone, yep, absolutely. I will take that deal because it's a good deal. Being, I guess, first in the Premier League, not losing a Champions League game, being in the final of the Carabao Cup, as well as being in a good standing within the FA Cup, still in 4 major competitions across the world. Not one person would have said, nah. If you tell me we're drawing to Wolves, throw in the whole season. So, going back to the first original video I posted, which was quite emotional, I would say, about wanting everyone to support the team and be, I guess, in a situation where everyone wants to throw the baby out with the bathwater and sit there and go, oh, season's done. We are finished. We are not going anywhere. There's no way we're going to come back from this. And then they want to celebrate after we smash Tottenham. Why? Go back into your little hole. Go back and be that supporter that has no belief in the side. Go back and sit there and talk crap about the team and our players and everyone else. Be that person, because you draw the line in the sand. And if I'm honest, once you step over that line and be that person who basically says, look, we're going to bottle the league again, things like that, stay on that side of the line. Don't come back over this side and celebrate when we smash Tottenham and things like that. Take your sorry self and be that person that you will be drew with Wolves. Who cares if they are the worst team in the Premier League, okay? Yes, there's certain standards that we've become accustomed to, and there's a certain style of prestige around Arsenal and what we think we deserve. Let me tell you something. Nothing is decided in the Premier League until the points are actually tallied up and the games are done. Okay? Do we have an easy run going into the final 10 games of the season? No, not really. Does Manchester City have an easier run? Absolutely, they do. But are they going to win every single match? I don't think so. I don't think this team is a City of old. Okay, I don't think this side that Pep Guardiola's got is going to be the side that absolutely dismantles everything and wins their next 10 games and we end up third in the league because Aston Villa decide to pick up a few more games and it's the Arsenal of old. We have not lost a game in 7 matches. And that's 7 matches against 7 matches in total against 4 competitions. Not just the Premier League, but 4 competitions that we're playing in. Okay? Everyone sits there and says, oh, I want the lot. Okay, well, you want the lot, but you're not going to support the boys. You're only going to support them when we're smashing teams 4-0 and everything's easy. No, it doesn't work like that. In the Premier League, anything can happen. The reason why they call it the Premier League, the reason why the Premier League is the best league in the world is because any team can win on their day. Any team. It doesn't matter who you are. You can be a Charlton Athletic and beat Manchester City 1-0. Look at what happened with Liverpool and Grimsby, or was it Argyle? Either way, it was in one of the cup games. They lost 1-0. The reigning premiers, the reigning champions of the Premier League, get spanked. No one saw that coming. And the reason why is because English football is completely different from the rest of the world. Yes, it's very rare that if we go to the Greek league, for example, a Division 3 side would beat one of the Greek league super side. You're not going to see a team, a 3rd division team in Rhodes come out and spank Olympiacos, for example. It just probably wouldn't happen, right? The quality is just too different. However, within the United Kingdom, the quality is there across all leagues. Here in Australia, I look at our A-League and I think to myself, wow. Compared to even our 3rd division team in the UK, we would probably get battered. We would. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, within this league, don't count your chickens until they hatch. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not nervous because there is a slight part of me, call it previous trauma, that says it could happen again. And it could happen again. Of course it could. Arsenal could go on a run of games now that is just absolutely diabolically horrible, and we could lose every single match and finish 4th in the league. That's a possibility. Anything's a possibility. I could step out of my house right now and get hit by a car. Is it likely to happen? Not really, but could it happen? Absolutely. Could Arsenal bottle it and lose the league? Yes, of course they could. It's entirely possible. Let's not sugarcoat it. But the likelihood of it happening is not there, okay? Same with these players. These players are now in a situation where they have a chance to make history, where they have a chance to go all the way, not only just this competition, but in every other competition they're in as well. They have a chance of doing something that hasn't been done before, which is, I guess, winning the Champions League, for example. Okay, we've never done it. They have a chance to win the Premier League, which hasn't been done since I was a young man. Okay, and again, I'll say this: I was fortunate enough to be a teenager when Arsenal won leagues. Okay, that should tell you a little bit about how old I am. But I was never a glory hunter. I was never someone who chopped and changed. The Gunners were my team through thick and thin, rain, hail or shine. There's a reason why that song is North London Forever, okay? It doesn't say North London only when we're winning. It doesn't say North London when we lift the trophy. It says North London Forever. That means through thick, thin, rain, hail, shine, win, loss, draw, doesn't matter. you are an Arsenal supporter. And if you're going to talk smack about the team and tell me you're done, be done, but don't come back. Be done. Be so done that you never come back onto this side of the line and say, oh, I've been a gunner for forever, because you're not. An Arsenal supporter is someone who's there from the beginning until the end, which means if we lose the league, if we bottle it, you'll still put on your Arsenal shirt and walk through the streets. Who cares what anyone's going to say to you? I did it the other day. Me and my son, my 6-year-old son, after we drew the Wolves, we put on our Arsenal shirts and went to the supermarket. Are we proud that Arsenal drew 2-2 to the Wolves? No. I firmly believe we could have won that. I firmly believe if we had tightened up the back end and basically went, right, we're coming into the closing minutes of the game now. It's been too many times this season where we've conceded late on. Let's throw everyone at the back. Let's park the bus. Let's make sure no one even touches that ball unless it's an Arsenal player. But alas, it happened, okay? But the difference is that I'm still proud to be an Arsenal supporter. At the end of the day, we drew with Wolves. Great. We battered Spurs. We're still top of the league. Oh, but Manchester City are doing all this. Let them do it. We can only control what we can control. I can't control what Man City do any more than what you can. Okay? We can only control, Arsenal as a football club can only control what they can, which means it's their job to go out there and give 185% every single game until the end of the season. Now, if they don't, that's on them. It won't stop me from being a supporter. It won't stop my son from being a supporter. It won't stop me from cherishing the memories that I have of this club. None of that will ever go. It doesn't matter if we don't win the league for the next 20 years, okay? I will still be an Arsenal supporter as long as I live. That's just the way it is. If you get a dog, for example, and I'm not comparing Arsenal to a dog, but I'm comparing, I guess, the love. If you get a dog, but the dog chews your shoes and ruins your furniture and digs holes in your backyard, are you going to be like, well, that's not really what I wanted in a dog. I'm going to give this dog away. Some of you might, and that says a lot about who you are as a person. But majority of people wouldn't. They'd be like, well, unfortunately, it's a dog. These things happen. I can't control if he's digging holes at the back. Maybe there's something I can do, or maybe there's something we could do as a club to help the animal stop doing that, right? And it might be maybe an extra walk, maybe some training, maybe something else. But you don't just get rid of the dog because he's digging holes in the backyard. That's just not what you do as a human being. Same as this. You don't get to pick and choose when you're an Arsenal supporter. You're either in or out. If you're one of those people that say you're done, then be done. Don't come back. Whatever happens. If we don't win the Premier League but then win Champions League, don't celebrate. If you're done, be done. Yeah, look, I just wanted to have a bit of a rant, to be honest with you. I keep seeing so much on YouTube, and I keep seeing so many things on some groups that I'm a part of about Arsenal and everything else, and it gets to me. It gets to me a lot because I truly believe that these people that are talking smack about the club have no right to. What right do they have? None. Oh, I'm sorry. The team that you support didn't smash Wolves 10-0. Get lost. I don't want to hear it. If you are a negative Arsenal supporter, I've got no time for you. If you're going to come to me and say, realistically speaking, we should have beat Wolves, but let's look forward to the next game, yes, let's have a conversation. But if your first response is, oh, we drew with Chelsea on the weekend, that's it, league's done or season's done, stay where you are. Don't talk to me. I'm not interested. Chelsea's going to be a very important game. If we play with the same kind of tenacity and vibe that we had against Tottenham, we'll be fine. But that's what it's going to take. Tenacity and emotion, passion. The next 10 games have to be played, next 10 Premier League games have to be played as though we are in a derby, we are in a cup final, we are in the Champions League final, we are in any final you could think of. But they have to be played with the same kind of tenacity as that. That's the reality. The players know this. Mikel Arteta knows this. Hopefully he's taken his foot off the brake now to the point where the players can play with a bit more freedom. Maybe that's a missing link. Maybe it's his player selection. Everich Eze, should he start? Absolutely. Everyone's sitting there going, oh, he's only scored 6 goals this season in all competitions. 5 of them came against Spurs. What other games has he started where he's been given a chance? If Everich Eze was given the same opportunity as Victor Gyökeres against the season, I think it would be very different. And I'm not putting a bad light on Gyökeres, right? Because I rate him as a player very highly. I think he's phenomenal. But he's not getting service. But yet, he's not scoring goals, but he still starts every game, basically. Let's apply that to the same principle as Eze. Have him starting more games. Right, he starts at Chelsea, he doesn't have a great game. Right, does that mean we bench him for the next 5 games and then not let him start? No, it means you give him another chance over and over again. Repetitive motions, okay? Let's see what this weekend holds. I'm going to do a bit of a preview before the match anyway. But I just wanted to have a rant about how I'm feeling. I'm still seeing so much negativity out there, and I don't understand why. Rewind to the beginning of the season. Hey guys, you can be 5 points clear and be in all 4 competitions, as well as a cup final. You would take the deal. You would take the deal with a smile and you would say thank you. You wouldn't say, oh, but we drew with Wolves. Get out of here with that, man. That's little man mentality, and I've got no time for it. If you want to come and be an Arsenal supporter, you've got to come with that big man mentality, all right? Or as the UK cohort would say, big man tings, okay? Don't come with the little man tings, big man tings, all right? That's it from me. I've been talking for too long now, but thank you all. For those who watch my videos, I can't believe people actually spend the time to watch these videos and comment. Mad respect for all of yous. For the 2 or 3 subscribers I've got, mad love, okay? Until then, come on you Gunners, and God bless you all. Let it all go.